guys, I'm here to do a non-spoiler review of Passenger by Alexandra Bracken. If you've been living under a rock, this is Alexandra Bracken's new book. And this is actually book one in a two-part duology. And this author also wrote the Darkest Mind series, and that concluded last year. I was so excited to read this book, and I really, really enjoyed it. I just got to meet Alexandra Bracken at a book signing in New York City at Books of Wonder. Her, Susan Dennard, and Aaron Bowman were there, and I enjoyed them so much. I talked about it more in my book call that I just posted, but I really, really like this book. I gave this book like 4 stars, and I say this like in every single time I do a book review. Whenever you create a magical world, it is always a little bit like complex, and I think that that's why the world building in this book was a little bit weak. So I can't give it a total 5 stars, but I really did enjoy it. And by the end, I was so invested. But I always feel like magical systems or worlds, especially time travel is complicated to write about. So I feel like you always have to give it a full book to really understand the scope and where the book is going. But I really, really liked it. This book follows a character named Etta, and she lives in the 21st century, like we all do. And she is a violin prodigy, and she is going to compete in her first professional competition when she gets sucked on this time traveling adventure and learns she's a time traveler. She winds up in like the 1700s, I think, on this ship with this guy named Nicholas, who's also a time traveler. There's one catch. Nicholas is an African American male at this time, and he's not a slave, but he was considered he was born as a slave. And I think that is, I've never read a book where there was an African American lead during those time periods. So this book's all about time travel. So they go to different time periods and different countries, and how he is like seen and viewed through other people's eyes was astonishing. I really like the character of Etta, but seeing Nicholas's journey through this book really, really caught me, like touched my heart, and I was very, very blown away. I did not expect that. I haven't ever read a book with an African American lead character during the past, or during times when slavery was common or slavery was present, and I never really got to see people's expectations of him until I read this book. This book, the one slight downside is there was a little bit of instant love in this. I talked about this recently in the Fifth Wave as well. So this book had a lot of instant love, but I think sometimes it's hard to create books without insta love, because like you create these intense situations, and she literally was with Nicholas. So I really, really felt for the characters, and I really, really like them. So for me, it was like it wasn't so love, but once I grew to understand where Etta and Nicholas were coming from, I kind of was able to understand and appreciate the story. But at the start, it was a little bit like, oh, they're gonna fall in love, and so the ending I really loved, and I cannot wait to see like where this book winds up going, because there was a lot of twists and turns, especially towards the very end. This world is very, very complicated, because like there's like 3 sets of types of time travelers that are all creating this world. Um, and Etta's learning a lot about her mother in this book, so it really kind of paints her mother in a strange light, and you're not sure how you feel about the mother. But at the heart of this book was really Etta and Nicholas's relationship, and I loved the complexities of that. There's also another character in this book named Sophia, and she's a great like contrast to Etta. So I think that their relationship is also one that I really, really enjoy and like to compare and contrast. And she was kind of left in an interesting situation at the end of the book, so I hope we get to see her in the sequel to this. But I really, overall, really like enjoyed this book. I thought it was a very interesting way to craft a story. The way she used time travel, the way she used other countries to inspire was brilliant, and I really like seeing these characters in such different situations. I think Etta's reaction to the environment she was put in was super interesting, and also like seeing like how Nicholas was treated in these environments was really, really cool, and I liked it. I liked learning about the complexity of time travel and how to change things and how not to change things, and the astrolabe. The whole journey for the astrolabe was really, really interesting to finally learn what it actually does, and who was telling the truth and who was lying. Was a really, really good book. So I really, really like this book. I hope you guys will give it a chance and pick it up. It's a very, very fast-paced read as well. So once you you know, the world building I think sometimes may slow you down a bit, but I overall really, really enjoyed it. So I hope that you will read it and give it a chance. If you read it, comment below and let me know your thoughts. I overall really, really enjoyed this book. So I hope you guys are having a great day. As always, comment below and I'll talk to you guys later.